Now, from hometown heroes to champs, they take it down. We break it down, no lies, just real talk. In every episode we walk the walk.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Is It Really Worth It? We've got a great interview coming up now. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Tripod Crest Limited. Planing, construction, tarmac, scaffolding, anything you need on that level, Tripod Crest Limited has got it all wrapped up. So we're going to kick off, and I'd like to welcome a friend of mine, Bill Pittuck. How you doing, Bill?
Sure, all right. Pleasure to be here as well.
Good. Right, let's get the first titles out of the way. So, 4 times Britain's strongest man, 4 times England's strongest man, and 3 times competed in the world's strongest man with 6 times qualification.
I tried 6 times, but because I weren't fully professional, I just couldn't do it. It was just too much for me. Do the 12-hour shift and go and try and compete with them guys who were professional. I did all right, but it weren't for me, so I turned a lot of them down. I sort of regret it now, but I just couldn't do it. Some of the places, my last place I think it was 99 in Malta. Just that was me. I think I come last.
And this was
worst performance of my life.
This was keeping a full-time job at the same time.
Doing 12-hour shift, training in the morning, strongman training at night. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, strongman. Where did it all begin, Bill? Where, from place of birth?
Place of birth. I was born at King's Heath, well-known little
Northampton?
Yeah, Northampton. Yeah, King's Heath, Northampton, not Birmingham. Not pretty. It was rougher now than it is then, but it's pretty hard upbringing. The weightlifting, I used to fish. I had some fishing kit, and one day I swapped my fishing kit for some weights and started lifting weights, and just got into it.
What age was that, Bill?
17. I was 17 then, Sean.
So your school and that, how was your school years, your education?
Not very good. I left when I was 15, got a job when I was 15. Yeah, weren't the best, not the cleverest.
Yeah.
But I know what I know, and that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you know has brought you to where you are now.
Yeah, I am now, yeah. That's it, yeah.
So, you started the
weights.
17.
Yeah, 17, doing a little bit on and off. Then started going to the gym when I was probably 20.
What gym was that?
That was YMCA, my first gym.
Oh, down near the hospital?
Yeah. Chain walk, yeah.
Yeah, John Cullen.
Yeah, Big Sean Green. Remember Big Sean?
Big Sean, my schoolmate,
yeah.
God rest his soul,
Yeah, Big Steve was, yeah.
Strong boy, Sean.
Yeah, trained with him for a bit. Then went to Mike Baker's.
Oh, yeah, Mike's.
Then we went to a den of iniquity called Buster's.
Buster's Clare Street.
Yeah, I loved that gym. I worked there for a bit. I worked there for a year.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, yeah.
I can remember... I used to see you regularly coming out of Buster's. I used to come from our pro gym and down at the Garibaldi.
That's it, yeah. The and was down the street.
And I'd drive past most evenings and see you guys, you, Roland, Clive, God rest his soul. Big Stu, yeah. I'd see you all kind of filing out. Yeah. But a great gym.
Yeah, brilliant gym. Oh, shit, I swear. Shit
yeah.
It was a shit hole, but what a gym.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
They're normally the best gyms,
Yeah,
Bill.
it was. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant gym.
I think we find the best atmospheres are produced by the worst environments.
Yeah, probably right there.
And with the progression of not just our hunger, but the knowledge that we know we can compete and we are capable, pushes a little bit more. We get a little bit more of a drive from them kind of environments.
That's where all the strength started coming from there. Like, training around some people in there. As a guy from Corby, Adrian Smith, Roland Hill, as you know.
Yeah.
I started getting in with them. I started training with Roland. That was it. That's where it all started.
So at what point, when you started the training, did you realise that you were immensely strong?
I can't. When I was proper skinny. When I was small, go to school, that little fat kid. I was quite a big lad, 9 or 10 pounds when I was born, so I was a big baby. And I just went all skinny, like typical 10 stone, get sand kicked in your face kid when I left school. And I started from there. It's weird, I don't know what. I just started training with them guys, them strong guys, Roland and Adrian, these guys.
Great guys to bring you along anyway.
Bring me along, yeah. I mean, Roland was mad into the fitness, and AD Smith, he was one of the strongest blokes I ever met, he was.
And Roland is still,
Roland as well, yeah.
very, very fit.
Yeah.
He was on Gladiators.
Yeah, I was watching Gladiators.
So,
And it was Roland who took me to my first show. He just said, tell you what, Bill, I'm doing a competition Saturday. Bring your kit, you might get a go. Oh, I said, oh, cheers. I went to this competition, took my kit, someone didn't turn up. I won every event. Every event.
Wow, where was that?
I own in the car. Midland's Strongest Man, that was. Midland's Strongest Man was my first comp. I won every event. I won 360 quid. This is back in the 90s. You know what I mean? I know it's not a lot of money now, but 360 quid. My Mrs. Deb said, where you get that from? So I just won it. And that was it. That was me, done. Year after year.
wow.
Yeah, and that's how it was. But it was a funny, I'll drive home in the car, me and Roland.
Yeah, what just happened there? What the fuck just went on there?
What happened there? You weren't even supposed to be in it. Every event, Sean. Mad, isn't it?
Wow.
That money, I don't know, that spurred me on a bit.
Well, it's not like an amateur fighter, what you get a trophy. You actually get pound notes.
And the next year, they invited me again. I won every event again. The following year, they wouldn't invite me. In the programme, they took my name and said, oh, Bill Encombe is injured. Oh, well, they just wouldn't invite me.
So, you've been,
well.
how long had you been training as a strongman?
I did anything. I just do gym stuff, just squatting, deadlifting, benching, stuff like that.
So when you started out at that,
When I started the strongman, there weren't no, like, you can buy all the kit, you can go online. We just made it ourselves, like, done what we could, you know what I mean? Basically just heavy lifts in the gym.
so what kind of weights were you squatting or?
What, I mean, peak or earlier on, or?
When you started?
I started.
We'll get to your peak.
What was I squatting? I could probably squat 500 plus, and I've never been a big bench presser. Deadlifting, same again. Nothing massive.
500 key or pound?
Pound. Yeah. Then that went up. I started towards the bigger kilos, and after that, and nothing major. But it was weird. I could move. I could move with the weights.
Agile.
Very agile. That was training with Roland. You just do so much conditioning work, and used to run with the weights, run around the block, heavy running. And I don't know. That's where it got me.
Brilliant.
When I started getting to the heavy stuff, then I started getting some big weights. Once the big weights come, big injuries come as well.
That's right. Yeah, that is right. So, competitions. When did your competitions start? You started in the Midlands one.
I started in the Midlands. That was end of the 80s. Early 90s, I did England's Strongest Man. I think Roland was in with me again. I won that. That was a big competition because that put you up to further competitions like Britain's Strongest Man. You had to win these underneath, like was it England's, Midlands, to get to Britain's.
Be like a progressive.
Yeah, progressive thing. Yeah, so I won England's that year. That was 90. I competed in Britain's in 90, come second or third if I remember. Second, I think. In 93. I just won everything. I won 2 Britain's Strongest Mans, 2 different federations. No one's ever done it still. I did two federations, Britain's Strongest Man the same year twice. Qualified for World's Strongest Man, I come third in Europe's Strongest Man. That was not that year, 93. I said to my wife, Deb, I said, that's it, I'm going professional now. Lucky for me, she said, no, you ain't, because the following year I got injured, didn't do nothing. 94, I did nothing. I got a bad injury. I didn't do hardly any competitions.
So your partner Deb's fully supportive of
all the way. Yeah, she's like, brilliant. But and I said, that's it. I'm winning everything. I can't stop losing. And she said, no, you can't. She said, you want to think of all this because I was still working. I was still doing 12-hour shifts, and I was just thinking. She said, no, you can't. Rate all your pensions and all this stuff. And lucky I listened because. Yeah.
So you're competing, you're training. And you're still working 12-hour shifts?
Still got a family to run, yeah.
Wow.
I look back and everyone said, I didn't do a lot of work, I must admit. I was eating and sleeping.
You were just turning up.
I was lazy, I said, I'm competing for my country.
Yeah.
Most of the lads at work are good as gold. They help,
brilliant.
That was a fair play to them. They sponsored me for the first few years.
Yeah.
Until I started getting injured, and I didn't want to know then.
Probably the best.
When the Danes really, because it used to be run by the Danes.
Yeah.
When they left, the people who run the English people, they didn't want to know.
Well, the Danes are very big on strongman.
They wanted to sack me. You know what you're doing. They wanted to sack me. So.
Yeah, the Danish are very big on the strongman.
The manager used to invite me. I was doing weekends on Eurosport. He invited me up to his room, like, everything I was getting a bollocking. He said, what did you do weekend night? Because you done really well, like, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. So, your competition periods with the weights you were throwing around, surely you picked up injuries.
Oh, massive, yeah. Some bad ones, yeah. I think the worst one, I crushed C5, C6 nerve in your neck. I just pressed a log up, about £300, come down, smashed me on the head, crushed all my discs in my back. It wasn't a massive injury, but I couldn't move this arm went dead.
Yeah.
For 2 months, I couldn't do nothing. And that, I thought I was done then. Because I see those, still got some good physio as well, a good physio. I'll plug him, Andy Roberts from Abington Avenue, 30 years.
Ah, my man.
Abington Avenue, 30 years I've been with him.
My man. He's
brilliant.
amazing. Little Andy.
Yeah, Little Andy, yeah.
Amazing guy.
30 years, I'm my lads, everybody I know, yeah.
Yeah.
He's helped me so much.
Oh, listen, I'll plug him with you, Bill. Don't worry.
Listen, he's never been good enough to do any sports. That's what he said. So I want to help him put sports people.
He is amazing. He's sorted me out a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I've tore... What have I done? This is a little run down. 3 bicep tears. This one twice. This one once. Tricep fully off. This one. That's all right, ruined me. 2 done abductors. That's a bad one because the blood goes into your nuts.
Yeah.
That's 2 abductors. Recently, a year ago, I tore both quads. I don't know where that come from, that because I ain't even competing, I wasn't even doing heavyweights. Just out the blue, snapped that quad. And as that went down with the weight, that one just come clean off. Ooh. Worst injury, worse than my heart. We'll get to the heart attack in a bit, but that was worse than my heart attack. Oh,
wow.
Horrendous.
And
because a year ago, height of the COVID, I was in hospital. Horrendous, Sean.
But, right, you're injured.
What else have I done? I tore both lats. I tore my lat at World's Strongest Man 94, my first World's Strongest Man. I was doing this, it's called a Bavarian rock lift. Basically, it's a deadlift below your feet. I went down and put it. It was so hot and kept putting chalk on, it was washing off. Went down, my hand slipped, pulled my lat clean off. Like that. I was smashed to bits in that competition.
So even so, with your injury,
yeah.
Did you stop training? Did you train other body parts?
I didn't stop. Wrapped it. I tore my bicep, Britain's Strongest Man. We wrapped it. Got the physios to wrap it all up. I still come like high place. I think I'm 3rd with a torn bicep, but I shouldn't have because it's ruined me. I broke my ankle at England's Strongest Man 1 year. It's completely snapped all the tendons. We duct taped it, carried on, come 2nd with a broken ankle.
Wow.
It's cost me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't think, do you? When I was younger, do it and that's it. But now I can get up in the morning. It takes me 10 minutes to walk properly. You know what I mean? Just all these little things. You don't think, do you?
No. And
when I was younger, I was well renowned for doing it. It got to a little thing like I'd hurt myself and just carry on. I trained so hard for it. I tore my tricep 2 weeks out from Britain's Strongest Man. Andy Roberts got it sorted a little bit, had a scan, checked it. I still went. I was just short of qualifying with the torn tricep. The physio, he said, "That's torn, isn't it?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "You idiot, what are you carrying on?"
because I'm competing.
Yeah, I competed,
yeah.
Just short of qualifying for the lot final, yeah.
The will to win.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I just trained 6 months for this comp. I thought, I ain't giving in now. 2 weeks out, showboating at the gym, heavy pressing. Bang, clean up.
Wow. When we're talking heavy pressing, how heavy are we talking about?
180. I could do some big weights then. I was really silly weights. Yeah. I'll be pressing in the racks at Better Bodies. I'll be in there pressing 170, 180 plus, even more.
Yeah.
Lads are coming, can I squat? Yeah. Let's start squatting. I'll be pressing it.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah. Well, there is stories.
One of my best accolades, I call it, is I was on World's Strongest Man, Mauritius. It was on Boxing Day, Boxing Night. I pressed nearly 200 kilos above my head on telly. Like, that's my claim to fame, that is.
Wow, well, I do know of legendary folklore where you were standing pressing 180 key.
I weren't a big bench press, I've got long arms, but I could press them above my head.
Yeah.
Big logs, big weights, yeah. And deadlift. All 3 of me and my lads, we're all good at deadlifts. We've all got weirdly, I've got like a 6'2" arm on a 5
on a 5 foot body.
I'm a knuckle dragger. And then on the floor.
Right. So
moving on. I'll keep you talking all time.
Listen, this is what we want this for. We want to hear your story.
For England.
So, you know, there's injuries. I know that injuries from heavy weights last a long, long time. So the injuries must have been, very prevalent to you throughout your career.
Yeah, the trial centre one, that sort of like finished me. I could do everything else, and after I tore that off, I couldn't, because when I tore it tore a big lump in my elbow.
Yeah.
I couldn't attach it properly, so it's like I've got a
Shortened.
stump there now.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't press no more above my head. At every comp you went to, there was a press, and if I didn't do so well in the other events, I couldn't come nowhere else.
Yeah, so you...
Embarrassing, that's why. I was doing good, and then just going down. I was always coming first, second, first, like that, and then I started coming the bottom end, and I was still pushing it, you know what I mean, like flogging a dead horse.
Yeah.
But I should have stopped a long time before that. But I did not. I had an heart attack and come back out.
Well,
you'll get to that.
We'll get down to that.
Jumping the gun.
So, the injuries are always prevalent. Yeah. How was your, your psyche side? How was your mental health? And, because...
When I stopped, when I was competing, then I didn't have time to do anything, but when I stopped, I had a proper bad year with depression, really bad. I think I'm a bit of a depressive anyway. I think I've been like that since I was a kid. I'm either up there or down there. But
manic depressive?
I don't know, what do you call it? I was saying that if I get up singing, like my Missy Deb, I'm all right. If I get up and I'm all right, I don't know. I'm a summer person as well. In the summer, as soon as the shitty weather comes, I don't know if I've got that sad, is it? Seasonal defective.
Yeah.
Shit in the winter, but I had 1 year, like, I stopped competing, I stopped doing all your bits you take for competing, and my mum died all in the same year, and I just, I was imploding. I just couldn't do nothing. I was like...
But there's once the competition stops, I suppose, there's no drive.
No, there's... Weird. I've been doing it for all them years.
Yeah.
And I just don't know.
Nothing to get up for?
No, that's it, no.
Crazy,
and I had a full year. I see counsellors, didn't do nothing, just made me worse. Psychiatrist, unbelievable. Bit expensive, but
yeah,
£170 an hour. Work paid for it, but they helped me really a lot. But I was like just short of being sectioned. I was proper bad.
You see,
men don't talk about it, do they?
Well, this is...
I tried to keep it to myself, but lucky for me, my wife worked in mental health for 20 years. She was good at her job as well. She
Brilliant.
Was in Hospital. She was bringing the work home with her.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's like you've just said there, Bill, men don't really talk about it. And they need...
It's a big thing, isn't it?
They need... We're human.
Yeah.
We're not...
And people, because I'm always happy and jolly, and that's on the outside.
Yeah.
Sometimes outside I'm laughing, inside
you're screaming. Yeah.
And people think, no, you ain't going to be depressed. Look at you.
But you see, the persona we've generated, Bill, throughout our life with the sport we choose or the discipline we follow.
Well, for a lot of sportsmen who stop doing sports, they're the same. They all said the same thing.
Yeah, I know a lot of fighters when
especially with boxing.
Massively.
I'm just started doing a little bit now. I really enjoy it. It's so hard, technical, so much, so physical, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
what you got to do.
It's demanding.
It's the hardest sport, I reckon.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. All sorts of Iron Man or something. I think that boxing is the hardest sport.
But look,
and you've done it.
You can play Iron Man. You can play if you try and perform the sport you've trained for when someone's punching your face in.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult,
isn't it?
massively difficult. But anyway, that's the boxing. So, when the adulation of competition and sport stops, that really does put pressure on any human being, because a lot of what we get up for, Bill, we wake up in the morning and we know we're going to put in a good day's training because at the end of this 3-month, 4-month camp...
I'm doing all the training, all the working, but I don't know, you ain't got time to do anything else. You ain't got time to be depressed. Or,
you know what I mean? At the end of...
training, eating, shitting and sleeping, that's all I did.
Well, at the end of that training camp, there's a competition.
Yeah, that's it.
At that competition, we will be adored. There will be adulation.
Winning, and then you know what I mean? You want to keep winning.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
No.
In your sport, you don't want to come second.
No, second place, the first loser, isn't it?
No, is it?
No.
Yeah. But with mine, because I was winning all the time. When I didn't win, there was, I didn't win. I wanted me to win everything.
And it becomes a kind of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Yeah. And when I started winning Britain's Strongest Man, when I went the next year, your favourite again this year. I'm like, that's massive pressure on me.
Massive.
What? Because I won last year, don't I? Yeah.
And you see,
massive. That was 1 year. I think it was what was it? 2000. Yeah, 2000 it was. I won the year before. No, I didn't win the year before. But that year, some years, I won everything. All the other competitions leading up to it. I did shit. I didn't even qualify for Britain's Strongest Man. I went there. I spent a week under my quilt, depressed.
Wow.
Because the pressure, you're going to win, you're winning, you're favourite. I did shit.
Expectations, you see.
Yeah.
Expectations.
And the next year I went back, I did really well.
Yeah.
Really good.
So, at what, so the mental health is kind of when the competition stops.
Yeah. I think I've got a little bit of that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
life.
Yeah, I think
But
so,
you see,
yeah.
a lot of guys do.
Especially in your 40s, especially with men, the testosterone
Drops.
Yeah, you don't realise that,
Yeah, definitely.
And men are like, they don't want to say nothing, yeah.
Well,
my training partner, I don't know if you remember a lad called Mark Olive. He's like the lightest, youngest lad to win Britain's Strongest Man. And he won all that. He thought he was going to be, I don't know, a film star or something. He ended up killing himself, bless him.
Ah, bless him.
He's like, it's too much. And I think he was 30.
Expectation, you see. It's thrown on some people.
Nobody didn't tell me. I was really close, you know what I mean? It's like a massive shock, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see it, don't you?
So, you've through this journey, Bill, you've just said about some bad times, but there must have been some good times.
Really good times, Sean. Yeah, that's some really good times, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some lovely people. Still in touch with them now.
Friends for life.
Yeah. Big Finnish lad was Ilkka Kanunen. Yeah, he invited me and my son over because my son was doing really well. He invited us over to Finland, paid for everything, for all effort, everything. Like, yeah, really still good mates with him. Quite a few of them still good mates, yeah.
Yeah.
A few of them have passed away. Yeah, there's a few lads passed.
But friends for life, the ones what are still there.
Yeah.
And this is what sport does, you see.
Yeah,
it generates relationships.
It's mad, because when you're competing, we wouldn't talk to each other.
No, well,
afterwards, we would have a beer. And
your best pals.
Yeah, best pals.
That's the respect.
Yeah, that's
the camaraderie.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so relevant in boxing. It's you see two kids and they promote the fight and they're hating each other and they really want to kill each other, but after the fight they're best pals. I've got great pals from my pro career, from my unlicensed career, from my amateurs. I still speak to guys when we were amateurs, but this is what sport does, and this is what kids who are just going down that wrong route of either getting involved in knife crime, gun crime, gang culture, whatever.
Well, when I was growing up, I don't know about you, it weren't so big then. All this noise.
Well, it was, Bill, we used to, we'd go out, we'd have a tear up we'd go and have a cup of tea or a drink together.
Yeah, and all my mates, you'd have a fight.
But you see, this is, it's different times we're living in now, Bill. It's different times. So, you've had a lot of good times, bad times, dark times.
Yeah, some dark times, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, just say this, the depression, just when I was on the last few years competing, really, doing shit, and then just flogging that dead horse.
Yeah. And kind of half knowing that you're not going to be on that same level.
Yeah. But the weirdest thing is, I still get recognised now. I'll be up saying, and I get embarrassed.
Bill, people still talk about...
It's that, my kids have a picture talk with you, but I'm like, oh mate,
yeah. People still talk about you now to me, Bill.
People keep coming in the gym and say, is that him? Is that him?
Yeah. It's not me, it's not me. Yeah, but that's but it's lovely, Bill, that people still recognise.
And Deb said, you've done loads, you don't realise what you've done, do you?
Yeah. No. And that, you see, that's a big part.
Is it?
Yeah. Does he want me for something? But that's a big part of your personality, Bill, and that's what makes you so likeable.
It's mad, isn't it?
Your humility, you're humble.
Humble, that's what I reckon, don't they?
Yeah, very humble guy.
Mad, isn't it?
But that's a quality. That's a massive quality. Massive quality, Bill.
I was Asda.
Yeah.
Picture took me, I'm like, oh man,
I'm just getting me baked beans.
Yeah, I'm just an old man. I'm just like pump my chest up.
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
So, Right, so
your grandkids with the, what's it called, that thing, kit you're talking?
Alexa. Yeah.
You say my name into it, like, Puppy Bill. You know, so,
Yeah.
it comes up with what I've done and everything.
Brilliant.
He's done this, he's done that. That's my puppy.
Yeah. That's my puppy.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, the sport, the good times, the bad times, there was obviously dark times.
A few funny
You mentioned-
stories, a few funny ones. I've got a mad competition. I've told Clifton this. Does he tell you?
There was a little,
Holland. Jesus Christ.
yeah, there was a little bit of a, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
We're going to get to that. You mentioned earlier heart attack.
Yeah. 2015 I had a heart attack.
Wow. So,
Nothing to do with what I've done. Apparently it's hereditary on my dad's side. No one's gone past 65.
cholesterol.
Yeah, cholesterol. I'm born with high cholesterol.
Yeah.
What's it called? Hypercholesterol familiar, something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the full name. Yeah, it's like 300,000 people in Britain have got it, and I'm one of the past.
Yeah, massive killer.
So,
Massive
at one
killer.
point, my cholesterol was 11.2. So I didn't realise all my life I've been eating steak and eggs, and I'm probably slowly killing myself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
spoke to the surgeons who do my heart. I said, "Oh, what is it like?" The worst thing they said was smoking, Sean.
Yeah.
I said, "What I told him I'd done this, that," and he went, "No, nothing to do with that." I said, "Yeah, nothing to do with that." I asked if I'd smoked much in my life. I said, "Not really."
Yeah, massive build-up of...
But that was scary. Yeah. One Saturday night, the week before, when was it, 2015? So I was getting on a bit then. Week before, me and their son went in the garage one Saturday night. I did a massive squat. Like, I did 310s for a double on one of them safety bars.
Yeah.
Like, the week later, I had a heart attack at the same time. If I had been doing that there, that would have been me. That would have been me, wouldn't it? How mad. And this Saturday, Saturday morning, I woke up all angry. Me and Dev rail. We don't rail. We've been with 42 years. Very rarely rail. God, all angry, spitting cereal out. I said, "What's your use to that?" I don't know. In the afternoon, I had this like little cough. Couldn't stop coughing, like coughing. Then Saturday night, she went up to see her mum with her son's new baby. She stood up to answer the phone. Oh, what was that? I thought it felt like someone parked their car there and left it. I couldn't breathe. My jaw locked. Scared me shit. I was scared shit. I ran it. I said, "I'm having a fucking heart attack."
Wow.
She said, "You better be." I'm like, come on. She'd just done a lot, basically life support training the day before. Come on, bang, aspirin in my mouth. Apparently that saved me life.
Wow.
The surgeon said, "Did you know your wife saved your life?" I said, "Don't tell her." She was there. She heard him say it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting there. So that's also, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Straight down the hospital, straight to Kettering. Didn't get me kit off, straight on the thing. Put a thing up there, opened, took that. One of the arteries was completely blocked, 90% blocked. So they opened that up. Like, what a relief. Like, breathe. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Lucky.
Yeah, and she didn't know. When she come to the hospital in Kettering, they put her in the side room. They said, "Oh, you've got to wait in there, Mrs. Pittuck." She thought, well, when they put you in there, he's dead.
Yeah.
She comes in, all she's me laughing. Oh, the nurse is raving back.
Oh, he's still alive.
Stories with your kids on. I'm all right.
So she's not just your support system,
Oh,
your
she's not.
backbone. She's
I
your...
don't big up too much. She'll be watching.
But come on,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
we can't do as
We've
sportsmen.
been together since school, 42 years. We had our differences, but we're still together.
That's
Still
beautiful.
best mates, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see, as sportsmen, Bill,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get to where you've got
Sure,
without...
I'm telling you now, if you ain't got no one, you need someone, or you need,
Or, well, a
you've got
special
someone
partner.
good, yeah. And she
Yeah.
used to cook for me and this for this. You know what I mean? She did everything. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
I ain't
go.
got where I am without her. There you are. Listen to that.
Yeah. But, so...
You like that?
You competed. You retired,
I retired now, yeah, from the strongman. I still do a lot of...
but you came out of retirement.
Yeah, when I had the heart attack 2015, I got a phone call 2017. I've been training, I started training, you know. Do you know Scotty Martin's gym in Corby?
Yeah.
I've been
Good
training
gym.
I was training with Scott, got all the kit, got all the strongman kit. I started doing a bit more, like, I was getting quite into it, me and the boys. I got a phone call from a big Irish lad. He said, "Do you fancy doing the World Masters?" Like Savickas and all them in it. Like, it's over 40 strongman. I said no at first. And he dropped a little money thing. I went, "Go on then." Weekend in Belfast, a couple of
Money
quid.
talks.
Weekend in Belfast, a couple of quid. I said, "Yeah, I think that's some of that, yeah." I didn't do brilliant. I didn't do shit either. And they were all top lads. You see, in that Zavickas, world strongest man.
Yeah.
He's 41. I think I was, 55, 56.
Ah.
Still did all right. After my heart attack, I was pleased with what I did.
Brilliant.
It was
Yeah.
on Channel 5 as well on the TV, so I wanted my grandkids to watch it.
Ah,
When
great.
they put it on, I was on for about 30 seconds. My grandkids, where are you then, Pappy?
Yeah.
Sweeping up somewhere in the back. Yeah, bless them. Yeah.
So you've come out of retirement after a
just
heart
like
attack.
that, yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? I did quite good. I didn't do shit. I didn't do what I used to do, but it was a bit of fun. It was on telly, a couple of quid in the weekend in Belfast, yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
It was I had a heart attack, so I did all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's testament to your will as well, Bill.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
A lot of people after a heart attack
That's
kind
it
of.
now, though. I won't be doing no more.
Well,
I'm enjoying the boxing, to be fair. I love it.
it's a totally different path, isn't it?
Oh, I've never been this fit. Well, I'm
Beautiful
58.
feeling.
I've never been so fit at 58. I'm
Yeah.
still quite heavy-ish. I'm still 17 and a half stones. I'm still heavy.
Brilliant.
I'm fit.
But it's the best fitness you'll get.
Yeah, I need to drop a bit more. Though. Next year, I've got a new goal. I want to go a bit more, 16 and a half. I want to be a bit more. Because I'm 17 stone, still heavy, still a lot on you.
A lot of pressure, yeah.
Apparently, the doctor, thanks very much for this, he said next heart attack yours is going to be fatal. Thanks for that.
Well, let's see if we can avoid that.
I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, we'll see if we can skirt round that
bit.
bit.
Want to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Right. Any regrets through any?
Yeah, quite a few regrets. Like there's places I could have went, I didn't go. Like Malaysia, Africa, Australia. I could have went all these. I just turned them down. I don't know.
Competing?
World's Strongest Man. Yeah. World's Strongest Man. Africa, Malaysia.
Why did you turn them down?
I couldn't do it. I weren't going there. Like I didn't want to come. Like I wanted to qualify and get to the final. I didn't want to keep coming. Like be one of the. You know what I mean?
But you'd already qualified for a lot of them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, at one point I think I was 14th strongest man in the world, which is that's good, isn't it?
It's amazing.
14th, it's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing, Bill.
You know what I mean? It's
Wow.
yeah. But I just couldn't do it. Showing them big ones. I don't know. It was set over so many days, and the way it's run by the TV, it's like
Very demanding.
yeah. You do sometimes you just do one event.
Yeah.
It's so hard, the filming and
The schedule.
Do this, change that. Do it's like the first World's Strongest Man I went. I couldn't believe how I thought. I used to do competing like that. I'm used to doing like 6, 7 events, bang, 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 get them done.
Yeah.
This is like,
Well, you're contract.
Stop. Got to do that.
Yeah, you're contracted to do what they say when they say
That's
it.
where I got all the injuries from.
Yeah.
Every time I went World's Strongest Man, I got injured. And like, yeah, you contracted to like, I think is it Trans World Sport at the time?
Yeah, and you see, this is a lot of people. This is where
a lot of lads who have been I spoke to, they said they can't do it either. It's so hard. It's not like a competition. I always think it's like an holiday bleeding show.
No.
You know what I mean? The places they put it, like my first show was in Bahamas. It was like
they make it sound very exotic,
yeah,
very.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, this is
The first one, Bahamas, 90% humidity. Oh, it's the heat.
horrific.
Horrific. It's lovely if you're on
Horrific.
holiday. You know
No.
what I mean? It's next year, Mauritius. Lovely if you're on holiday.
Yeah.
Like,
Not when you have to train.
nah, competing, nah.
Crazy heat.
And then when I go, I went to Malta. I had 2 years off with my injury. I went to Malta 99. I had a heat wave. It was like in the 40s. That's the worst before. I can't even watch it. It was on BBC One. I can't even watch it. Sure. Like, Devil put it on for the grandkids. And said, I ain't watching that.
Hey, I'm going doing a bit of gardening.
Yeah. Shock.
But
Yeah, just a few things I didn't do, what I could have done, and a few other little regrets. Not like, I think the 90s messed me up a bit. The raves, that didn't help.
it messed a lot of people up, Bill. It fucking messed a lot of people up.
Well,
Well, I don't know, did it ruin it, Bill?
I don't get rid of that.
Yeah.
And the Rockwood song. I'm still here to talk.
Well, we're all still here, and we're all still healthy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So your recognition of what you've done in your career to today, what kind of recognition have you had? By the governing bodies, public.
There's a few books about what's it called, Son of Samson. I've got a few books with I'm in it, a paragraph, and that's like to have your name in that. You know what I mean? I've got them books. They brought me these books. Yeah, I didn't even realise I was in them.
That's history.
My name's mentioned.
Yeah, it's history.
Paragraph of me in these books.
Yeah, brilliant.
Sons of Samson. What's the 1 and 2? I'm in both of them. What else? When you, like someone said, when you get on Wikipedia, but that's a weird one, that Wikipedia. Someone said, oh, when your name's on Wikipedia, you're made.
Legendary.
I'm looking at it, it changes everywhere. Who does it? I think you do it yourself, can't you? I can put things on there. Yeah, 5-time world's strongest man. I don't know who does it, do you? Who writes all this information
I've no idea, Bill.
I've got most of it right.
Yeah.
Everything about you, like, hey.
Right, so a career spanning 40 years?
Yeah, I think it was 87, 88, 89. I sort of like stopped because of that neck injury. I couldn't do it. I thought that was me done. And then 89, I lost loads of weight, just enjoying myself, sort of like doing little bits at the gym. And suddenly a big Irish lad come on the scene, a lad called Glenn Ross. He was winning everything. And someone said to me, I bet you grand you couldn't beat him. So I said, go on. I thought, oh, that's a challenge.
Bet taken.
I done it. Got training, went and beat him, didn't I?
Brilliant.
Took the money, took the grand in the show, and that was it. I was back doing it then, yeah. Thrashed him.
So through... Thrashed him.
He's the only one I don't really like.
Yeah. So through 40 years of consistent discipline and demanding extreme.
I'm paying for it now, let's say that. I'm paying for it now.
Right. But through the pain, Bill, there must be some funny stories.
Yeah, I've got a few.
There must be some...
I think my favourite one, I think you might have heard this one. When I was in Ireland, doing quite a big team show I was doing, it was weird. Because I think there was teams of 5, money was really good, like paying us really good money, flash hotels, and made us dress up in pirate gear, which I thought was weird. And the comp was all based around this big, what do you call it, a schooner or a yacht all based around this. All the events were around this. I'm doing really well. Me and my team are doing
on
really
little
well.
boats or...
No, this boat was like a massive boat in this like dockyard.
So you're all on the boat?
We were all round like this doing what was he doing? All sorts of different, all weird and wonderful. It's quite good, really good show. We're all dressed up as silly pirates. Their team's doing really good. Halfway through the show, is it like the Dutch SWAT team come down in helicopters, arrested us all? Chickens. The boat was full of drugs.
Stop
it. No, sure. No, nearly all got arrested. They wouldn't give us their money. Oh, it was just funny. Funny now.
Not funny now, but not at the time.
Get against all of us. Yeah.
No.
No.
Wow.
What's going on here? Oh, they're carrying me bits of kit. This is different.
It must be another. It must be another event.
Yeah, it's something to do with all the Dutch mafia were running pain. Yeah. It's funny now. It weren't funny at the time.
But that can't be the only one, Bill.
I've got loads, Sean. Still can't.
Well, we've got to talk about a couple of them at least.
We was in a same again. We was in Ireland again. We was in like a Centre Parks, and this show had been done, and there was like a fair few of us strongmen. Like we took over the bar, took over everything.
Because you're not small guys.
No, all the doormen, bless them, they run off. We were putting points in the bar. We got arrested in the end. Yeah.
So
that's a good time.
I can see a pattern forming here. When you're in Holland...
Holland, yeah. I got stuff in Scandinavia and Holland, and like, yeah.
But you only get arrested when you're in Holland.
Holland, yeah. Wonder why. Mad, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the guy who was running the show, he was like, I don't know, I can sort of remember his name. He's well-known Dutch gangster type bloke. But we got money in the end as well. He got paid really well still. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't get arrested. Let's go. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Mad, isn't it? Mad, like, yeah.
And all of this from the humble groundings of King's Heath.
Yeah.
And you see,
we say he's like a little fat kid from King's Heath.
But you see, Bill, there has been a lot of crime surrounding King's Heath, Spencer.
Bad now.
Very,
yeah.
But
we weren't bad when we were growing up. It got worse and worse. When I left when I was about 21.
But there must have been a crossroads.
Yeah.
Where you could have either went down one path or another path.
Definitely can do that, can't you? Yeah.
And what?
Yeah. I don't know what. Cause when I was growing up, I don't know. I started doing the things that you do. Go out with beer or your mate, leave school, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I started doing all that. I don't know why. that was the main thing. Someone swapped me fishing kit for some weights, and then that's how I got into it.
So that was probably your crossroads.
Yeah.
You know, do you think if you kept your fishing kit, you could have
I
been
think
somebody
that.
totally
Yeah,
different?
Yeah, could have been. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
You know,
Easy, yeah.
So why
I could have easily done that. I don't know. It's weird, Joe. I don't really know. I know I've done the.
it's about choice, Bill.
Yeah.
You choose.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, these young kids are coming through now, and I think peer pressure.
Choosing. A lot of them
But
choose
you see, a lot of their
they're
choices.
watching the TV and
They're watching the computers. They're watching the telly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of their choices are made from being so pressured by peers,
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
and
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be, if we can give advice or if we can give knowledge or mentor these young kids into the, you know, there is options. We've all got options, and we choose whatever we want to choose in life. We control our own destiny, every single man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so you've controlled yours, and you've gone down the route of strongman.
Yeah.
You know, and building strength.
No, I didn't even like PE at school, sure. I don't know about you. I hated PE.
This-
I put a little fat kid when I was at school. Loved me grub. And as I left school, I got skinny and then weird. And I got taller and skinny. And then I was like a proper skinny kid, wasn't it? Like,
But this
I
is,
hated PE.
but Bill, this is why.
PE. I've met people now. You're not Bill Pittuck.
Yeah, but Bill, this is why these kids need to get out and socialise a bit more, you know, spread their wings a bit. They don't know if they're going to be good at strongman until they try it. They don't know if they're going to be good at boxing.
Good at football, don't they?
They don't know because they're sat in their bedrooms.
Sure, there's a lot of discipline in it. You've got to be proper.
But you see, I think, Bill, life is all about discipline. And if you structure, you know, your structure as a strongman must have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, your routine.
You've got to be selfish. You've got to be committed.
And
you ain't getting them positions if you know what I mean.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And disciplined, Bill.
Disciplined.
You know, your discipline commands you to get out of bed at a certain time. It's massive. And on top of it all, you were holding down a 12-hour day job.
Shifts at the brewery, yeah.
That is discipline at a different level. That's at a different level, Bill.
Train twice a day and like, do me work, you know what I mean? And,
Wow.
yeah, I look back.
So, you know, wherever we live now in the UK, in Europe, in the world, it's just, there's massive, massive rises, knife crime, gun crime, gang culture. We need, as ex-sportsmen and role models, really, because we are in a position where we can be role models.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, I think we have a duty, really, to try and steer these kids.
Definitely.
Just come down a positive route rather than, you know, the shit you're going to be going down if you choose that path. Yeah. Because I don't think there's any positives come from that negative route. It's impossible. You know, you've made a life.
I spoke to a lot of older people, and they reckon the best thing years ago was they used to do national service, didn't
National service.
they? They don't do it. They stopped doing it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I reckon that's one of the best things.
Well, boxing used to be on school curriculums.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
It used to be on school curriculum. You had to go to box if you went to school. As a boy, you had to box.
That's it, yeah.
You know, I think there should be something brought back onto curriculums where either, you know, I know there's paths in college now for Olympic lifting. You know, they've got all of the Olympic lifting courses.
Yeah.
The boxing is still very kind of off the mainstream, whereas years ago with boxing on the curriculum at schools, it was kind of like a mandatory. You had to do it. Now it's a choice. You can choose to do that if you want or whatever. You know, weightlifting, it's a choice.
Everything seems too hard. Your younger generation, it's all too hard for
But
me.
it's
the way they brought up.
it's got to be, Bill. But you see, the better results come from the harder work.
Yeah.
You know, in everything. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to get no result out.
No.
And this, I think, a lot of parents are failing to instill in their children.
Yeah.
You know, that hard work pays off is not really at the top of their agenda at the minute. It's, they want an easy life. They seem to neglect a lot of what the kids need at certain times in their lives when their character and their personality is being shaped. Then they find out.
Well, it's a parent.
It's massive.
Parents, isn't it?
It's these are parents' duties and responsibilities, Bill, I believe.
Yeah.
But some of these kids ain't lucky enough.
It ain't hard being a parent. It's hard being a parent. You know what I mean? I've
Oh,
done it. It's like
it's massively
a
hard.
bit of it, ain't it?
Yeah, but
it's hard
you
being
know,
a parent. You don't get learnt how to be a parent, do you, at school?
no, definitely.
You know what I mean?
But a lot of these kids, Bill, some of them are not lucky enough to have either parent.
No,
you know,
that's it. That's a big thing. Though,
so you know, I really feel for them kind of kids who've had no influence in their lives. Yeah. But I think if we, at the age we're at and the experience we've got
that's
and knowledge of life can give something back.
Yeah.
Because it's not all hard work. It's not all, you know, discipline. There's laughs, like you've just said, the laughs you've had.
Yeah,
you know,
enjoyable.
you can look back on some of your career, Bill, and absolutely piss yourself laughing. You know, some of the things, what's happened. You know, just flashbacks in my career give me such giggles. But, you know, this is what we can do because we've lived it and we've been there. You know, I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes. I've made massive mistakes. But I know that the positive sides of my life have came through the discipline part of my life. So, you know, we've got to give back to these kids and know, look, we can make a success of ourselves, but we've got to do it the right way. You know, so all of this knife crime, gun crime, is it really worth it? Is any of it worth it? None of it's worth it. Not to get... But you see, nobody wants to stand up and help these kids, Bill. No one wants to put their foot in the water and say, well, look, this is my lifetime's experience. You can do this. You know, you've just given an interview there where you've shown, Bill, you can come from anywhere you want.
You can.
You can be from anywhere you want. You can be whoever, but you can still be a success. A massive success. You can get on world stages of success. You've proved this. You've proved it, Bill. So, you know.
I think to myself, I don't know, I've done it.
But look, you know, Bill, where did it all come from? But there must be points in your life regularly where you think, shit, I actually did it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It went like, so I see people still read.
But beautiful, Bill. That's because hard work, discipline, you know, relentless hunger for your quest has paid off. Yeah. Has paid off in dividends. You know, I go numerous places, people talk about you. Yeah. You know, and it's, even to have you here, Bill, it's just refreshing for me. It's a breath of fresh air.
I could talk to you all day. You gotta get rid of things.
Whoa, Bill, slow down. But no, you know, we're coming to the end of the message here now. You know, you've put a great side of you can succeed across.
I think this is what you're doing. This is brilliant.
Well,
that's why I come over. You know what I mean?
It's just I'm just no, Bill.
As soon as you said it, I was like,
brilliant. Bill, it's just trying to put a bit back and give these kids an opportunity to see that they can succeed. They can have a go at life, because it's not a merry-go-round for certain people. It's a merry-go-round for everybody. It's up to us to jump on board and get on the merry-go-round. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that was a great interview and pleasure to have you here, Bill. Bill Pittuck.
Cheers, Sean. I loved it. You do part 2 if you want.
Don't worry, we'll go there. Okay, Traveller.
Cheers, Sean.